aspects. Kasi nahihirapan ako mag-reach out sa mga netizens natin. Yung first batch ng mga videos, yung mga uploaded videos ninyo, maraming mga viewers. Pero mga second batch, third batch, parang konti na lang sila. So, siguro, let's venture on other way on how to reach out to the community in terms of helping them, especially the parents and the guardians, in teaching their elementary students. Ayan. So, do you have any idea or do you have any suggestions how to do it other than uploading video lectures sa internet? Anything in your mind? Ayan. Sharing muna tayo ngayon. Because actually sa Facebook, sa TV, nakikita ko na laging sinasabi ng mga parents na nahihirapan silang magturo because meron din silang trabaho, work from home din sila, and they don't know how to handle their kids' behavior in terms of their attitude and kung paano nila turuan yung mga bata ng mga iba't ibang subject matters. Yun yung problem actually. And syempre, yung mga parents, hindi naman sila tulad natin na ang focus natin is more on education talaga. Syempre, may mga parents din naman na nasa bahay lang. And meron din naman mga parents na hindi nakapagtapos. So, there are some basic concepts na hindi nila maituturo. So, ang naisip kong solution is to give parents different strategies or different ways on how to teach mathematics kasi sa math lang tayo nakafocus. Kasi sa bagay, manihirapan nga naman talaga yung mga ibang parents and guardians in terms of mathematics, especially kapag hindi nila alam yung mga basic concepts ng mathematics. So, kayo, ang gagawin kong instrument so that pwede tayong makatulong sa kanila. Although hindi natin alam kung sino specifically yung mga target parents natin, be it in Kamiling lang ba, or in Tarlac, or what. Basta, ang gusto ko lang sana, at the end of this semester, meron tayong ma-generate na output, just like what we did last sem. Yung output naman natin last sem is more on video lectures. Now, what if, may mga family na hindi masyadong afford ang data connection. So, ano ang gagawin natin na grupo? Kayo kasi I'm sure sa grupo ninyo, ang dami ninyong ideas, napaka-creative ng mga ideas ninyo. Napaka-innovative. Iba-iba. Talagang may variation sa bawat isa sa inyo. So, hindi lang kayo homogeneous group. Talagang hetero talaga. So, may sa mga video lectures na ginawa ninyo, may mga nag-focus on demonstration method. May mga nag-focus sa storytelling. May mga nag-focus sa actual class kasi may mga bata silang kasama. And meron din ilan sa inyo na gumamit ng mga games, which is very good. Now, yung mga bata kasi pansin ko, yung attention nila is ano ba to? Yung attention nila is more on play, especially sa mga elementary students. So why not focus on the play part? So how can we integrate learning using games? Kasi meron akong nakitang isang performance, isang video na in-upload doon sa first batch. If I'm not mistaken, that was ni Kiri yata. Ang ginawa niya is parang snake and ladder. Pero iba yung snake and ladder niya. Yung original concept niya is from the snake and ladder, pero nag-addition and subtraction yata siya, if I'm not mistaken. Ang dami niya kasi yung mga video. Pero yung concept na yun, parang, why not we do this next time? Why not ayan, gumamit ng games na may storytelling na tulad ng ginawa ng mga iba. Kasi doon nakafocus yung attention ng bata, games and storytelling. So how can we integrate games and storytelling in mathematics? Have you ever experienced that? Nung elementary kayo? Merong storytelling, merong games sa pagtuturo ng mathematics. Wala, puro lecture lang yung ginawa ng teacher ninyo noon. Puro board lang. Wala, andyan pa ba kayo? Nakamute naman kayo. Kung nagsasalita kayo, nakamute kayo. Okay, so sige. Silence means siguro nga, you are more on board works or pen and paper, which is very traditional. And ganun din naman yung experience ko. Siyempre, way back then, mas matanda ako sa inyo, di ba? Ayan. So, unang-una talaga, noon pa, nung elementary ako, more on traditional method, which is chalk and chalkboard, and that's it. Lecture method and demonstration method, and that's it. Wala ng games. Saka ko lang na-experience yung game na yan nung minotivate kami ng isang practice teacher nung high school. Games are for motivation only. Pero high school na ako noon. And ang focus natin ngayon ay elementary. So that is my idea. Now, yung dilemma ko ngayon is, how can we do it? How can we integrate games and storytelling and other kind of strategies in teaching grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6? So, ideally, yun yung gusto kong gawin natin. Kaya lang, sabi ko nga sa inyo, in what way? In what way other than YouTube? So, tulad nga naman ng mga responses kanina, as of now, you don't have any idea yet. And, okay, sige, okay lang yon. How about Ida? Ida, do you have any suggestion kung saan tayo mag-venture other than YouTube? May nawala si Ida. Nag-left the group siya. Oh my God.
Pwede din sa Facebook. Ma'am.
Facebook, so it's another uploaded, it's another set of videos again, but by this time sa Facebook naman. Ganun ba yun? Tama ba? Okay,
Yes,
how about
ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ina. How about Aldrin? Nakamute ka, dear. Hindi namin marinig yung sinasabi mo.
Ma'am, okay na po.
Okay na yan. Do you agree with Ida?
Yes, ma'am. Kasi sa Facebook po, mas madami pong audience doon, tsaka mas madami pong na-reach doon, ma'am.
Okay.
Pwede pong gumawa na lang po ng group, tapos i-invite na lang po yung mga parents, or pwede din pong page, ma'am.
Page. Okay. So kapag sinabi nating page, we are not just uploading videos again. We can upload material such as worksheets. Tama ba? Or maybe mga pictures that might be used in terms of teaching this to students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you. So how about Mary Jane? Mary Jane, are you there? Yes.
Ano po yung idea nila para sa ayos na ba?
Okay, sige. Thank you. How about, parang nagpapagrade recitation ako ngayon. Tatawag ko talaga ako just to consolidate, or yes, just to ask your ideas kasi dami ninyong ideas. Ayaw nyo lang i-share kung minsan. How about Sheena? Sheena, do you have any suggestion? How can we venture on other ways so that we can reach out to the parents?
Ma'am, okay na rin po ako dun sa
Yun po sa suggest nila.
Okay. So kung ano man yung suggest ninyo, yun yung gagawin natin, ha? Okay, sige. Let's see what are the pros and cons here. Okay? So we are now 20 in the room, 19 students and 1 teacher. Okay, sige. Sige. So to begin formally, let's have a short short sharing about this course. Okay. Bakit nawala? Okay, wait lang. Wala sila. Open ko lang. Okay, there you go. Okay, so ano na nakikita niyo right now? Yung title ba? Ayan. Ano na nakikita niyo right now? Is it the title of our course?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, open formally, okay, welcome to teaching mathematics in the intermediate level. So again, when we say intermediate levels, we are pertaining to grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6 students, okay? So this is our course description, okay? And ito yung ating somehow guide throughout the course, okay? So, as preparation for teaching in the intermediate grades, this course emphasizes the integration of technological, pedagogical content knowledge that includes topics on rational numbers, measurement, geometric figures, pre-algebra concepts, application of simple probability and data analysis. So itong mga topics dito, ito yung mga topics ng mga grade, ng mga elementary students na nahati-hati kasi spiral curriculum sila. And we dealt with the same topics noong primary level pa lang, but in primary levels, it is more on the introductory part. By this time kasi, sa grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, we will be dealing with larger numbers and more complex concepts compared to the primary levels. Okay? So sabi dito, this course is equipped with micro-teaching that utilizes appropriate teaching strategies. So when we say micro-teaching, ideally, magkakaroon tayo ng somehow tutorial. Ideally, ha? Pero I don't know if we can do that. Kasi nga pandemic. But let's see. But, okay. May mga kapatid ba kayo na mas maliit? Or let's say mga pinsan, pamangkin na pasok sa grade 4 to grade 6? Just in case lang naman. May mga pamangkin ba kayong ganon?
Yes, ma'am.
Meron po. Okay. So, maybe we can use them so that ma-accomplish natin itong micro-teaching na to. Okay? Okay. This course is equipped with micro-teaching that utilizes appropriate teaching strategies for the development of critical and problem-solving, critical thinking and problem-solving skills, reasoning, communicating, making corrections, representations, and decisions in real-life situations. Okay? So, napaka-ideal. So, to cut things short, okay. Magkakaroon tayo ng micro-teaching or tutorial session with your pamangkin, nephews, kapatid that utilizes different strategies so that we can teach them basic concepts of, or let's say, concepts which are appropriate in intermediate grades in terms of rational numbers, measurements, geometric figures, pre-algebra concepts, application of simple probability and data analysis. Okay? So, yung mga ginawa ninyo last sem, i-level up lang natin ng konti in terms of the content. Pare-parehas lang yung mga topics ng na mga mathematics na naaasikasuhin natin ngayon or na ituturo natin ngayon, especially sa inyo. Pero level up lang ng konti when it comes to mathematical concepts or mathematical terms and numbers. We will be dealing with larger numbers. Okay, so this is our guide in this course. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have a book for this course. So, ang ating guiding light lang dito is this course description. So, in this course description, simple lang naman ang gusto niya. Magkaroon tayo ng application in where you will use different strategies in teaching this mathematical subjects or topics. As simple as that. Okay? Ang simple ng kanyang description, pero when it comes to application kasi or doon sa actual na natin gagawin, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng konting variation or adjustments kasi nakadepende tayo kung ano ba ang appropriate sa bata so that maturuan natin siya ng mga concepts na to. Yan yung number 1 nating tatanungin. So, there are the best strategy in teaching math. As long as this strategy helps the students, then it is much more appropriate into that situation. We don't use the best words in terms of the best grading system. I'm going to base your grading system in your activities. So, sa lahat ng mga outputs or ng mga gagawin natin, lahat ng mga activities natin lahat ng activities na gagawin ninyo, doon ako mag-base ng grades ninyo. So, again, there will be no midterm exam and final examination kasi this is more on application or applying what we are going to talk or discuss in this class. Okay? So, malinaw tayo dyan. Puro application tayo ngayon. Well, ganun din naman tayo last sem. Pero, magkakaroon lang tayo ng konting discussion when it comes to strategies because there are lots of strategies. Okay? So, do you have questions dyan? Or meron ba kayong suggestion when it comes to grading system? Wala naman? Okay na kayo doon? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Hindi na kayo nagsasalita. Ha?
Okay lang po yun.
Okay lang yan. Okay, that's good. Okay, when it comes to class policy. Okay. Class policy again, ideally you are asked to submit activities on time, on or before the time, or let's say on or before the deadline. But if you cannot make it, at least before this sem ends, makapag-pass kayo ng mga activities ninyo kasi doon talaga tayo mag-base ng grade. So, ganun ka bigat ang activity. Siyempre, kapag may kulang kayong isang activity or dalawa, i-INC ko na kayo. Ano? Okay? Now, when it comes to submission, or let's say, hindi pa kasi natin alam kung ano yung gagawin natin. At yan, basta ang gusto ko lang magkaroon tayo ng output sa SEM na to. Other than the video lectures, just in case man na meron tayong output such as worksheets. Kapag worksheets po yung ating output, sana naka-PDF format na lang siya. Wag na yung Word. Kasi kapag Word kasi may tendency na nawawala or nadi-disarrange yung mga nagagawa ninyong outputs. Okay. So naka-PDF file siya if ever man na meron tayong Word documents na gagawin. Okay? And sige. Ganun na lang muna. Ganun ang general. Saka na lang natin pag-usapan kung nandiyan na talaga yung activity na gagawin natin. Okay? But, yun lang feeling ko, kapag meron tayong Word document na gagawin, kapag isa-submit nyo na sila, kindly convert it into PDF format para hindi ma-disarrange yung pinaghirapan ninyo. Okay. Now, targets. Targets is is, yun nga, tulad nga naman na sinabi ko sa inyo, yung target natin this sem is makatulong sa mga parents na nahihirapan magturo ng mga anak nila in terms of mathematics. Okay? So, be it in video lectures again through Facebook, or creating a page there, or by constructing different kinds of activities. Kapag maraming activities yung ipapasa ninyo, especially kayo, ang dami ninyo, you are 40. So, in one activity na worksheet lang yung gagawin ninyo, we will be generating 40 activities for that, o for a particular assigned grade level. So, in that sense, ang naisip ko, pwede kong i-compile yon, gawing libro, and then, sana payagan tayong i-copyright yon para kahit paano sa inyo na talaga yon. Pangalan nyo yung nakalagay doon. And sana, magamit natin yun kapag napaka-ideal ko na ngayon. Para, ayan, pag na-compile na natin, pinaka-copyright na ninyo, pwede natin yung ibenta. So, di ba? Nagkaroon pa kayo ng pagkakakitaan. Pero that is very ideal. And I hope magawa natin. I hope lang naman. Ayan, nakatulong na kayo, nagkaroon pa kayo ng pera. O, di ba? Pero ayan, yun lang naman yung gusto ko gawin natin. Dapat magkaroon tayo ng output. Okay. So, ang makikita kong gagawin ninyo ngayon is video lecture again. And something that is printed, or we can share sa Facebook. So that pwede i-print yun ng mga parents and then gawin nila, paggawa nila sa mga anak nila. Ayun, mga ganon klaseng activities. Now, the question here is, ano pa yung mga strategies na pwede? Ayan, yun yung question mark natin ngayon. Okay, so I'm going to close this now. Okay, so do you have questions? Further questions so far? So far, yes. As of now. So that is our overview ng ating course. And I'm going to share something. Ayan, so that magkaroon tayo ng idea kung ano yung mga pwede natin gawin at the end of this at the end of this course. Okay, I'm going to share our ongoing activity. Actually, this one is a training for the parents in terms of on how to teach numeracy and literacy at home. Okay? Ayan, ginagawa namin ito together with the other faculties. Ayan. Tignan lang natin kung ano yung mga pwede, no? Or kung ano yung strategy namin dito. So, this activity, yung ginagawa namin na ipiprint namin, this is the title, Home-Based, Game-Based Strategies for Teaching Basic Numeracy and Literacy. Our target here are the primary students. Ayan. Particularly sa mga kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. Okay. So, yung mga writers dito, ako, si Ma'am Anne, si Ma'am Les, si Ma'am Michelle, si Sir William, Sir Ruben, Ma'am Leslie, and Ma'am Joy. So, this is our ongoing draft for this printed material. So, actually, this one is an example of module, specifically training module. So that si parent, pag meron siyang copy nito, pwede siyang kumuha ng mga ideas on how to teach his or her kids. Okay, so meron tayong konting introductory part, but what I want you to see is the lecture part. Okay, this one, lesson 1, counting 1 to 10 in general. By the way, this is more on remediation. Ano? So, naka-base kami doon sa learning competencies na nandoon sa curriculum natin. But naghanap kami ng isang topic na talagang medyo nahihirapan sila, especially kapag first time nilang makakita or experience ng formal teaching in terms of this one. So lesson number 1 is counting 1 to 10. So in here, I have this is actually my part. Ito yung sinulat ko. So okay, sa first part natin, nakalagay dyan kung ano yung mga strategies na gagamitin, specifically the gamification, na more on games, teaching using games. We have the inquiry-based learning. We have the SWRL, may nakakabulol. Okay. And the interplay between play-based and academic-based learning. So as you can see, yung mga ginamit naming strategies dito is more on, ayan, may games. Games lang talaga. And then we have SWRL. SWRL stands for speaking, writing, reading, and listening strategy. And then inquiry-based, syempre, hindi naman yan mawawala sa isang parent or sa isang teacher. Say for example, what color is this? How many toys do I have? So, yun, yung simple na pagtatanong sa bata. There is actually learning or meron ng learning na nagaganap. Okay, and then, ayan, para lang gumanda yung aming introduction, nilagyan namin ng konting basis sa theories, and then afterwards, syempre, sinabi ko kung ano ang, okay, in this stage, the child depends on the perceptual evaluation relating to the world around them. So this is more on Piaget's cognitive development. And the suggested task ito yung mga activities na sinuggest ko, classification, class inclusion, equivalence of sets, and so on. So, ang lesson talaga is counting numbers 1 to 10. But throughout this first part here, I have suggested how to teach counting 1 to 10 by using these strategies, which are gamification, inquiry-based, SWRL, and interplay between learning. Okay, so let us study. So this part here is this part here, ito yung lecture proper on how to count 1 to 10. So I have Arabic numerals, tapos meron ako mga equivalent objects for those Arabic numerals. Kasi yan yung, yan, sa mga objects magpo-focus yung mga bata. Be it toys, be it kitchen utensils, kutsara, tinidor, plato, baso, ganon. Anything that could represent this Arabic numerals, which are 1 to 10. Ayan. So that is the lecture part. Now, on the latter part, I have suggested 3 activities. So the first activity is, what's in the bathroom? So in the bathroom, it is more on inquiry-based learning. Ayan, strategy na yan. Inquiry-based learning. Ayan. So this is the introduction, kung ano yung gagawin ni parents, kung ano yung expected output after doing this activity. So, yeah. So, title of the activity, what strategy do I have to use here? And then, the process. Kung paano nyo gagawin or paano gagawin ng parent yung activity na to using this strategy, which is inquiry-based learning. So, in here, ang gagawin lang naman ni parent is i-tour yung bata kung saan niya gustong pumunta or ilagay yung bata kung saan gusto ni parent na mag-count together with the kid. Pwedeng sa bathroom, just like yung suggestion ko dito, and where una, tatanungin ni parent kung what objects do you see? So, yan. So, anak, anong mga nakikita mo mga bagay? Yan, syempre magre-recite naman na yung bata, ideally. May timba po, may tabo, may kubeta, may sabon, may toothbrush, mga ganon. Okay, sige, very good. Ilan ang toothbrush na nakikita mo? So, yan, mag-start ng mag-count yung bata. So, what we are doing actually here in this module is that magsasuggest kami ng strategy kay parent. So, that si parent ay kayang ituro yung counting 1 to 10 sa bata. Gets ba yun? na masyadong complicated. Okay, so that is my suggested strategy number 1. So hindi lang siya sa bathroom pwedeng pumunta, pwede rin pumunta sa garden, sa labas. O anak, ilang batong nakikita mo, ganun ba? O ilang flower pots, ganun. Or pwede rin naman sa kitchen or sa living room or sa bedroom, anak, ilan yung nakikita mong unan, kumot, ganun na, may stuff like that. Mga simple concepts so that mapag-aralan ni bata kung paano magbilang ng 1 to 10. So, more on objects ito. And then the second activity is entitled as clean up the mess. Okay? In this activity, yung mga strategies na gagawin ng nanay or ng tatay or ng guardian is more on gamification, interplay between play-based and academic-based learning, and again, inquiry-based learning. Okay. So, dito sa introduction natin, pinakita ko kung paano gagawin yung activity natin. Okay. So, sabi nga dito, parents or guardians in this activity ask help from your children to organize their toys according to their characteristics, be it in colors, shapes, user functions, texture, or size. Ask your children to organize as many as you could. What he or she is done, when he or she is done organizing or let's say classifying, ask these questions, okay? First question is, how did you group the first group? Or what characteristics have you considered so that you group the first group? Ganon. Kung ang reply ng bata is, Mommy, kasi yung kulay pare-parehas. Mami, kasi lahat ng mga to puro toys, puro cars, mga ganon. So, kahit na anong classification yung gawin ng mga bata, i-assess lang natin kung tama yung ginagawa ng bata. Okay? And then, after asking them kung ano yung mga classification na ginawa nila, tanungin na naman ni parent kung ilan yung objects bawat grupo. And then again, as expected, the child will count again. Sige, mapapractice na naman niya yung counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10. Okay? And then afterwards, after counting the elements, or let's say the objects or toys per group, and ito yung mga sample image ko. So since it is entitled Clean Up the Mess, so dapat meron akong magulo or halo-halong mga toys na i-organize ng bata. Ayan. So, after counting part, ito naman yung mga sumusunod na questions, mga suggested questions. Okay? Kung kaya pa ng mga bata. Okay? So, sabi, first suggested activity or first suggested question is, which group have the same objects? Which group has more objects compared to the other group? Or, which group has less object compared to the other group? So, the second set of questions are more on comparing. Kung alin bang groups ang magkaparehas or equivalent, or alin bang grupo ang more than or less than, which is the basic concepts or of greater than and less than. So, inequality. So, ayan. So, those are my suggested second set of questions. Ayan. After that, may note ako dito na this activity may be used in teaching geometry, statistics, and probability, and involves decision-making and reasoning skills. Ayan. So, mga basics lang. And then the third activity or suggested activity to teach counting 1 to 10 is this one. Interplay between this one, which is entitled more or less or the same. The strategy here, or the suggested strategies here, are interplay between play-based and academic-based learning and inquiry-based learning. So again, I have here simple discussion kung ano yung gagawin ng mga parents or guardian. So I have here 2 sets of objects na pwedeng i-compare ng bata. So pwedeng gamitin ni nanay ang noodles, ang mga pagkain na nandoon sa bahay, ang mga baunan, kutsara, baso, plato, pillows, toys, books, lahat. Basta kuha siya ng dalawang grupo na i-compare ng bata. Pag kinompare, okay, before comparing, syempre, as usual, the child will count again first set kung ilan yung objects na nandun sa first set at kung ilan yung nasa second set. And then afterwards, he or she will compare. Kung alin sa dalawa ang... So this is just a follow-up idea din, no? This is just a follow-up activity doon sa previous activity natin. Okay? So, after counting the two sets of objects, the child will somehow compare which among these two sets of groups are equal, or let's say the same, more or less than. Ganon. So, the parent here has their own choice kung alin sa tatlong activities na to ang pwede niyang gamitin so that maituro niya ang counting 1 to 10. Ganun. So, pwede naman tayong gumawa ng ganito. We will suggest activities to the parents in order for them to teach mathematical concepts. Ayan. Ma'am, sorry po sa interruption. Pa-admit. Sorry, Danjeline. Salita ko ng salita. Okay, Danjeline, sige. Ulitin mo. Sorry. Okay. That's it. Okay, so, yun yung pwede nating gawin pa. Okay, so, pwedeng in text format, pwedeng in video lecture format. So, as of now, what I can share to you is the general overview of our activities throughout this sem. So, any comments and suggestions doon sa module na ginawa natin? Kaya ba ninyong gawin yon? Actually, I'm not requesting you to suggest 3 activities. Ang gusto ko lang sanang gawin sa inyo, gusto ko lang naman sanang ipagawa sa inyo is isang activity lang. Ayun. And right now, we don't have strategies na pinag-usapan pa. So, very general. And when it comes to strategies kasi, ano ba definition ng strategies? Ano ba pinagkaiba niya sa methods? Ano ba pinagkaiba niya sa approach? Mga ganon. Naisip ko lang yan. Ano nga ba pinagkaiba ng mga tatlong yun? Okay. So, based doon sa suggestion or let's say description ng ating course, ginamit niyang strategy in a word. Tama ba? Kapag kasi strategy, it is more specific actions. More specific action, or let's say, specific actions to address something or to address a learning difficulty. So, ito yung, sinasagot niya yung question ng isang teacher na, ano nga bang gagawin ko so that maituro ko ang lecture na to sa bata? Or ano nga ba ang dapat kong gawin so that matulungan ko ang bata na maintindihan niya ang mathematics? So whatever will be your plan in answering that question, that is your strategy on how to teach mathematics to that particular child. And again, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, there are no the best strategy. What we have is the most appropriate strategy. It can be one strategy or let's say combination of 2 or more strategies. Okay, pwede yun. Para lang ma-address natin yung need ng bata. Para lang maituro natin yung basic concept ng mathematics sa kanila. So that's it. So since strategy yung word na ginamit doon sa course description natin, we will be focusing more on the tangible, or let's say, when we say tangible kasi nakahawakan, ano. When we say strategy, ayan. So we will be focusing more on specific actions so that we can address our students' needs, particularly your nephew's needs, niece needs, or niece, nephew, niece, ayan. Or pwede yung mga cousins niyo or your kapatid or siblings. Ayan. So, your assignment today is to search for, yan, may assignment agad-agad, is to search for strategies in teaching mathematics. Kahit isa lang ang kailangan ko. Isa bawat estudyante. Since you are 40, magkakaroon ng makaka-generate kayo ng almost 40 suggested strategies on how to teach mathematics. Okay? So, I have no specific topic in mathematics. Basta ang assignment right now is to search for one strategy on how to teach mathematics. Again, when we say strategy, these are the specific actions that can address students' need in terms of mathematics. Okay, is that clear? Clear pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you po sa responses. Okay, so, meron pa ba kayong tanong?
Paano po
One question po.
wala?
Yes, Mary Jane.
Ma'am, paano po lang na dito mas wala po. Wala pong kapatid na tutor. Pwede pong kahit ano.
Sorry, nawala ako. Nalobat po yung phone ko. Ay, yung laptop ko. Sorry po. Okay, sige, Mary Jane, let's go back to you. I'm using my phone now. Sige, ano yung tanong mo, Mary Jane?
Ma'am, sa ano po, sa mga tuturuan na bata po, wala po kasi akong kapatid na grade 4 to 6, tapos wala din po akong pinsan na malapit sa amin.
Okay. Sige. Sige, thank you for that. Sige, conceptualize ko lang ng mabuti kung ano yung gagawin natin when it comes to micro-teaching, ano? Kasi we have situations like you na walang kapatid, pamangkin, pinsan na grade 4 to 6. Okay, ano lang yung meron sa'yo na elementary student?
Ma'am, wala po. Puro high school na po.
Okay. Sige. How about the others? Same situation ba kayo kay Mary Jane?
Yes, ma'am. Same here po.
Yes, ma'am. Same here po.
Dami. Okay, sige. Sige, kung ganon, sige, mag-iisip ako ng plan B. Okay, plan B na lang. Okay, but thank you for your honesty. At least alam ko na yung expectation ko when it comes to micro-teaching na gagawin natin. Okay, sige, magpa-plan na lang ako ng plan B for micro-teaching. But for now, ayan, assignment ninyo is to search for one strategy only in teaching mathematics. Okay? Do you have any more question? Question po?
Wala na po.
Okay, wala na po. Ay, second motion. Wow. Ma'am, saan po ilalagay yung assignment? Saan po ilalagay yung assignment? Ano, hindi ko pa nasabi. Okay, so one strategy. Pwedeng sa ano na lang. Pwede rin naman ninyo isulat sa notebook and then picturean nyo na lang. Or pwede rin naman sa Word. Pero again, naka-PDF file siya. And yung font size dapat 14 kasi nang lalabo ang mata ko pag gabi. Madalas kasi gabi ako nag-check. And then yung line spacing kapag word yung gagamitin ninyo, make it 1.5. Okay, 1.5 line spacing, font size is 14. Ayan, para malaki. Okay, sige. Ang expectation ko doon sa assignment niyo, ayan, meron kayong suggested strategy and kindly describe or
share with me kung ano yung strategy na yon. Baka kasi mamaya mag-submit kayo ng may strategy. Baka mamaya mag-submit kayo ng IBL or inquiry-based learning. Okay? Question and answer, Socratic method. Wow, method na yan. Okay. Hindi ko alam kung wala akong alam doon. So, you are not expected to submit titles of strategies only. You have to somehow share with me kung ano yung strategy na yon. Ano? Kahit brief description lang ng strategy na yon. Okay. Kasi kung ano man yung ma-share nyo sa akin, i-share ko din sa inyo yan i-share ko din sa ating next meeting. Okay? Kasi doon tayo magbe-base ng mga strategies na gagawin ninyo for our final outputs in this semester. Okay? Again, yung mga final outputs natin na pwede natin gawin is video or printed materials. Okay? So right now, first step natin is to search for different strategies. Okay? Question? Wala na pa? Kailan ang next meeting natin? Announce ko na lang po sa chat or sa GC. Ayan. Basta, ang antayin ko, or let's say, ang gagawin ko right now is antayin kayo na mag-submit ng activity. Ay, wala pa pala akong option doon. Sige, edit ko na lang mamaya yung ating GC. Sige. Mamaya na lang. Mag-search muna kayo ng strategies. Okay, if you don't have any more question, let's end this discussion or let's end this meeting. Thank you for your time. Okay, for the last time, do you have any more questions, clarifications, suggestions? Yan na pa. Okay, sige. Kung wala na, okay. Let's end this na formally. Okay, goodbye everyone. Thank you for your time. Pwede na kayong kumain ulit. Ayan.
Ma'am.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you for your time.